sinking. The Kings are sinking slowly. This is not good. Man, I guess we saw what a number one team looks like in action, right? We saw what an MVP prospect looks like also, right? In SGA last night. In a game where the best team in the NBA came out to the G1C, the Sacramento Kings were pretty much demolished pretty much the whole game by a way better looking team and a title contending team with a MVP contender on it. And the Sacramento Kings lose 105 to 121 at home versus the OKC Thunder. And currently the Sacramento Kings are 35-37 and are 2 games below 500, which to me just sounds crazy and is really unbelievable and just tells of how tumultuous this season has been for the Sacramento Kings franchise. Losers of 4 in a row. The Suns have now tied with us. Winners of 4 in a row, the Suns. And the only reason why we're above them is because we have the tiebreaker. We beat them, I believe, twice. Or maybe it was once. I can't remember. But that's the only reason why we're still in 9th above them. One more win from them and they will be above us. Or one more loss from us and we will be below them in 10th, with the Mavericks right there, a half a game behind us. With AD coming back, probably the way the Kings are playing right now are going to push us out of 10th, in my opinion. And the OKC Thunder are cream of the crop in the league at 60-12, winners of 7 in a row, which tells you how good they're playing right now. Hey, before I get too deep into the video, I hope you're here for the whole video. I got some real important things to say. Also, if you can, please click that like button. Try to grow the channel. It really helps more than you even know. And if you can, please click that subscribe button. If you're into Kings Talk, Kings News, basketball talk, you like hearing Kings News, click that subscribe button as well. Thank you. And I want to say welcome, YouTube, and to all my friends and folks out there. It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
Yeah, coffee's cold and old, just like how the Kings played against the young up-and-coming OKC Thunder. Matter of fact, I'm about to go to refill. And today is March 26, 2025, and the day is, you know what day it is, and you know what day it is. Yeah. It's Wednesday.
Alright, stop what you're doing, cause I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to.
Yeah, middle of the week. Hump Day Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me.
Middle of the work week, Hump Day Wednesday.
My name is Humpty, pronounced with the umpty. Yo, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. And all the rappers in the top 10, please allow me to bump thee.
And my cup of Joe for today is, these Kings are rapidly falling. They are falling falling. They are falling fast. I guess I shouldn't say that. I mean, they're still right there, right with Phoenix and Dallas, kind of hovering right around there. They didn't let these teams catch up to them. Instead of moving up the other direction, they're moving down. They're trending down, and it's ugly, man. I have to say these games have been ugly, and even people bringing it up that the roster just kind of just doesn't look right. Like the combination of players, the chemistry, just it's just not there. The mojo is just not there right now. Man, even Levine said that things aren't right. Even in the locker room. I need to play that quote. The Kings got me worried that they're not even gonna make the play in at this point, especially with this road trip coming up. Man, I tell you, if this team doesn't even make the play in, how disastrous of a season would this be? This would be like one of the worst Kings seasons ever. Like all these trades, all this turmoil, getting rid of the coach, grabbing these guys, grabbing veterans, grabbing old guys, having our guy Doug Christie on the hook coaching this team right here, when it's, in my opinion, this is the front office's fault. From the way they drafted all the way down to the trades and waiting around while Fox is just, ready to go, ready to win, ready for a team that could take them to the playoffs, and just all these years of not being able to make it except for 1 year while he was here. We lose him, and, the chemistry and the mojo on the team is just not right. I mean, we are missing Malik Monk, who, in my opinion, is a big part of the Kings' chemistry and their mojo. But man, this little spurt of games right here, they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. Sometimes it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch these guys. Monty McNair, I don't like to talk about people's jobs, but man, Monty McNair might be on the line. He might be on the hook for this. This is obviously his fault. I don't know how Vivek Ranadive feels about Monty and the job he's been doing, but and I'm not familiar with the GMs and who's a good GM and who's not, and who's out there and who we can get and who would be better than Monty and all that. But man, this is to hear national announcers saying that the roster construct just isn't right. It tells you that's probably what's going on here. I mean, is drafting a point guard gonna get us better, get us to the playoffs? A rookie point guard? I mean, I don't know, maybe. I guess it depends how good he is off the bat, right? So to me, in my opinion, if this team does not make the play in, even the play in this year, and I might be talking about this too early because we still got games to play. There's still at least 10 games left in the season. Exactly 10 games left in the season. So they still have time to pull their heads out their ass. We have time to get Malik Monk back. He's been sick. Hopefully he'll come back strong after this illness. Hopefully he can be that push that the Kings need to kind of win some games here, man, because if this team doesn't even make the play-in and they tarnish Doug Christie's record and he ends up not being the coach next year because of the bad play of this team, I haven't been saying blow it up, but it would be time to probably blow it up at that point. Because, I mean, what are people saying we need? We need a point guard. Where are we going to get a point guard from? Are we going to find some really good veteran point guard, championship level point guard in free agency? Or, possibly in a trade, maybe in a trade. And they can add to these guys and hopefully pick up this chemistry and kind of sort these guys out in their roles. Help sort these guys out in their roles. we're gonna have to draft. We'll have to draft good. I have a feeling if we end up having to do something like getting rid of Levine or DeRozan, they're gonna probably try to get some picks for that. Sabonis, hopefully not Sabonis. Hopefully we could keep Sabonis, but they're gonna probably end up trading away one of these guys. In my opinion, it's my prediction to get some picks, maybe get some more picks in the next coming up drafts, because they need to draft that next upcoming point guard. And I don't know how long that'll take to develop somebody like that into somebody that's leading the championship team. But it sounds like we're probably at least a few years away. And I know this team organization and front office is trying to make a playoff push, but currently constructed, they probably won't make playoffs in the next few years. So, bottom line, the Kings morning after bottom line. Today's bottom line is so just hopefully this isn't gonna be some super disastrous season. Hopefully we get Malik Monk back soon here. Our next game is like Thursday, I believe, tomorrow or so. Yeah, tomorrow night. So hopefully Malik Monk will be back. Hopefully he can be that push that we need to win some games. We're going on this road trip pretty soon here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game road trip. All road trips have good teams and bad teams, but just being on the road puts the Kings at a negative already. With the sleeping arrangements and eating arrangements, not being at home type thing. They have Orlando, Indiana, Washington, Charlotte, Cleveland, and Detroit coming up. There's a couple good teams in there. Cleveland's in there, but it's not like it's a bunch of really hard teams. Some of these teams are bottom feeder teams. Some of these teams are some really good upcoming young teams too. So the Kings just gonna have to go out there and fight, man. Hopefully we can get out of these 10 games, win another 5, and I believe if they can win another 5 games, they can probably keep that 9-10 position. But if these guys are just losing, that's probably going to be the end of the season for them. It'll be time to go fishing. So these guys need to find it within them, and it's going to be defense. It's going to be a lot of defense, a lot of depending on each other, and a lot of figuring out what's going on with each other. Because this team hasn't even been shooting well lately. They've been shooting bad. So Keegan Murray had a good game last night. So good on Keegan Murray. Might be the future of the Kings team. So he needs to go ahead and step up offensively like that and be aggressive every night. And yeah, maybe make it Keegan Murray's team for the rest of the season and see how that looks. He had 28 last night. So going forward, bottom line, Kings got to step it up. They're going to have to make this play-in push. Hopefully win about 5 of the next 10. And that's my cup of Joe. Black, 1 creamer. I'm going to give you some quick stats. All right. It's all right here. Thunder 31-21, 33-21. The Kings had a great third quarter with guys really hitting shots in the third. They came out of the half. They were all guns blazing. They were firing on all cylinders. Keegan Murray hit a bunch of shots. He ended up with 9 threes on the night, which is great. Great on Keegan Murray. Hopefully he can have more games like that. I would like to see Keegan Murray more aggressive. But it just was not enough because the Thunder outscored them 32-24 in the fourth. And they made a good push in the third, but OKC is the better team, and it was clear last night. Leading scorer for the Thunder was SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Leading assist getter was Kenrich Williams with 6, and off the bench, their guy Alex Caruso with 6. And leading rebounders was Chet Holmgren with 10 and Isaiah Hartenstein with 10. They kind of had a double big. They played Chet Holmgren at power forward, which is good because he can shoot threes. It's a good idea. He's a unicorn type player. He did have a good game last night. And for the Sacramento Kings, their leading scorer was Keegan Murray, our young guy, Keegan Murray. He's developing decently. He had 28 points last night. The shot is great. I would like to see him more aggressive on offense, especially with all the minutes he played. He didn't have any assists, and he had 6 rebounds. But hopefully he can use these minutes a little bit more and execute a little more on offense. Leading rebounder was Domantas Sabonis out there on his hurt ankle, playing, getting 12 rebounds. And leading assist getter was also Sabonis with 7. And Zach LaVine also had 7. And I just feel like Zach LaVine sometimes seems like he's still trying to figure out his role out there on the court. He's constantly kind of just moving around, seeming like he gets in a couple guys' way. Sometimes he has to run around, and I don't know. Zach LaVine has been a kind of a question mark for me lately. He can score, but I feel like Zach LaVine should be a lot more aggressive, a lot more. He's a little passive at times, so yeah, I think LaVine needs to be a little bit more aggressive out there for the Kings. And DeRozan was just kind of hanging out last night. He only had 10. And off the bench, Jake LaRavia had a good game with 11 points. He had some good steals and played some really good defense at times. And team stats. OKC shot 52%, Kings 40. 3-pointers. The Kings actually hit more 3-pointers than a team. Can you believe that? They hit 4 more threes than a team. But OKC Thunder shot less and had a better percentage at 59. Kings didn't shoot bad at all, almost 50%. Free throws, OKC had 8 more free throws than the Kings. And rebounds, they also had, looks like, about 16 more rebounds than the Kings as well, which is a lot. 16 rebounds. That means they had a lot more possessions than the Kings. Assisted turnovers, OKC 30-15, and the Kings were 32-11. So Kings actually were better there. And points in the paint, the Kings only had 20 points in the paint, which means they weren't driving a lot and they weren't getting a lot of post shots. OKC had 42. And OKC just looked like a younger, more athletic team. All their guys could shoot. All their guys can hit threes if they want it. All their guys are good on defense as well. They all play really good defense. So starting from the ground up, they've drafted guys that play defense and they shoot well. Eye test. I'm going to give the Kings an eye test. Yeah, eye test. And we'll take a look at the third quarter where the Kings actually did really good and they did a good job of shooting, but just wasn't enough. And we'll just look at how the game was closed out. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 20 points in the third quarter. This was the Keegan Murray game for sure. 28 points, 9 threes. He was hitting. And LaVine was hitting his three, he was hitting some threes. It just wasn't enough. Just didn't do enough. And the Kings just didn't play good enough defense. They could not stop OKC at all. They were pretty much able to do whatever they wanted. Drive to the basket on 3 people. Good kick out. Dort is such a good fundamental player, and he hits threes and plays lots of defense. Pretty good defense right there. Surprised they didn't get called for a foul. Kings were hitting from that corner over there this game. Should have been a foul. LaRavia with a nice shot. Nice dribble. Dribble through the crowd. DeRozan. There was something about that corner over there for some reason. The Kings were all hitting from over there. So this was the quarter the Kings, actually scored really well in. Ooh, got dunked on. And like as the announcer said on the TNT set, even though the Kings did great in this quarter and were shooting well in this quarter, it wasn't enough. Murray was hitting.
Keegan, that third quarter, 10 made threes as the team. What allowed it to open up so much offensively?
Just our pace. Our pace was big time in the third quarter, and hopefully we can keep that up.
I know Doug Christie was telling me
They got to within 8 at the top of the fourth quarter.
on the defensive side, get the stops, get out in transition, 9 transition points in that quarter. How do you continue to defend the way that you did in that third quarter?
Yeah, force them into tough shots. We were doing that in the third quarter, and that allowed us to get out in transition. So if we keep doing that, we'll have a good chance.
3 balls feeling good?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's cool. Keegan Murray got the national interview. I ain't mad at that. And from here on out was pretty much a clinic with OKC pretty much getting off whatever they wanted. They use an interesting lineup with 2 bigs with Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Currently, is SGA in there? I think he was in there actually. Right here, the SGA wasn't in the game for a big portion of the game. Still, the Kings couldn't take advantage. Also, the other Jalen Williams was not there, and it still didn't matter. Even with them missing players, there he was, Jalen Williams. Even with them missing players, they still have a better team than the Kings. SGA with 32, they actually brought him back in the game. They didn't even need to. They're such good shooters. They didn't even shoot that many threes, but the ones that they shoot, they made most of them. That's pretty much what it was right there. The Kings just not really able to stop OKC, and just their...
I know you don't like talking about yourself, but you've had 65 consecutive games with 20 or more points. That's the longest streak in franchise history. You just passed Kevin Durant. What does that mean to you when you hear the numbers that you're able to put up and how you're able to lead this team to what you've been able to do for the last couple of years?
Yeah, it starts with my teammates and organization trusting me to go out there and be the player I am. Without that runway, without the ball in my hands, I'm not that guy. So I thank them.
SGA sounds like a Rastafarian.
Back to my hard work. I just put in the work and trust it and look up and see where I am.
It's been really fun to watch this season, Shay. Congratulations on the win.
And, I mean, SGA's been doing that to the whole league. You know, this team's been doing that to the whole league. They already have 60 wins. They're the first team with 60 wins. This is the best team with the best chemistry right now currently in the league. And they've been playing like this all year. They're deep, they're young, they're athletic, and they're very talented. And they're the head of their snake. SGA has his head on his shoulders. You know, he's smart for how young he is. He's a smart guy. He seems like he's a good leader. He sounds like he's a great leader. So OKC, you know, they're favored to win the championship currently, so we'll see how this goes, you know. So, you know, the Kings had a tall task last night, and they were not able to overcome it. Next up, the last game of this homestand will be versus Portland Trailblazers on Thursday at 7 p.m. Subscribe to the channel so you can get my analysis the next day after that game. You can check out the analysis, the next episode of the Kings Morning After. Also click that like button too if you can. Please click the like button. It helps me kick the algorithm's ass, helps get some more eyes on the content, trying to grow the channel, so I really appreciate it. And the Portland Trailblazers are led by Denny Avdeja, Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Donovan Klingon, Shaden Sharp, DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, Jeremy Grant, Matisse Thybulle, Robert Williams, Chris Murray, Delano Banton, to name a few guys. As you can see, they're very young. No real name brands in there. Shaden Sharp is a young upcoming star. Jeremy Grant is probably more the leader of this team. Matisse Thybulle was a good young upcoming guy. You know, they have a lot of good young upcoming guys. So this team is a team that I believe the Kings should be able to beat, man. The Trailblazers are in 12th place. You know, they are, you know, only about 3 games behind the Kings. They could fight if they wanted to, fight for that 10-11 spot, which I'm sure they're not trying to lose, even though they've lost 2 of the last games. But the Kings this is a team, you know, if the Kings expect to try to be in some type of playing spot, they're going to have to beat this team unless they've given up on the season. This is a team I believe the Kings should beat. Betting lines. All right, this is Bet US. It's a good little site for betting. It's like a sports book, like a traditional casino sports book. I like to do boxing on here, but you can bet on any sport. You can bet on college and international sports and all kinds of stuff. There are prop bets and all types of bets on here. It's a great little site for doing bets. Just use the description. Use the link in the description below if you want to do some sports bets. And they have a bunch of bets on here for tonight. They have the Suns versus the Celtics in Phoenix. They have the Celtics beating them. That would be great for the Kings, right? The Suns got a loss. Milwaukee Bucks versus in Denver versus the Nuggets. They got the Nuggets favored by 10.5. And then they also have Toronto Raptors in Brooklyn with Brooklyn favored by 2.5 points. How do you guys feel about those numbers? Do you think those are correct? You could also do parlay bets by clicking on a couple different bets if you want. Pile them up, make a bet down here. If you're interested in doing some sports bets, just use the link below. See, that would win me $30 right there if that hit. We also have a link to Prize Picks down in the description below. Use those links. It'll help out the channel. Thanks. And I got a question for you guys. How do you guys feel about the Kings currently? Do you think they're going to make the play-in, or do you think they're going to get bumped out? Let me know how you feel. Make a comment below. If you make a comment before I put the next video out, I'll put your comment in the next video. So you'll be able to check that out. And also, if you can, please like the content. If you're still watching this far, please, I ask, please click that like button. And also, if you're into Kings Talk, Kings News, NBA Talk, Basketball Talk, click the subscribe button so that when I make another episode the day after the next Kings game, you'll be notified of that. Also, make a comment on anything. Comment on the Kings, comment on my show, comment on how I'm doing, comment on the weather. I don't care, comment on anything. Comments also help me kick the algorithm's ass. And if you could share the content as well, really appreciate that to any of your social medias. If you share it, that's like gold to me. And I got a motivational quote for you guys today. All right, I got a quote here. This one is from Albert Einstein. It's a pretty good quote. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. It makes sense. Keep working, right? Keep working every day. Take steps every day. Keep moving. You can't stop. Once you stop, then you're done. You can't stop. Keep moving. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Excellent quote from a genius, Albert Einstein. And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you watching this far. I appreciate you clicking that like and that subscribe button. And if you can, please share and make a comment as well. I appreciate all those things. We're trying to grow the channel, trying to kick the algorithm's ass. And make sure you stay tuned for the next episode the day after the next Kings game, which is tomorrow. So keep your eye out for that next episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. And with that, I'm out. But before you go, watch these moves. It's good.